Hello Stitchy friends, I'm Sally. This is Flosstube number 7. I'm Flossie Sews and Grows here and on Instagram, and welcome. This is a channel about cross stitch, and I occasionally throw in a few other crafty things that I have done. So welcome to all of my subscribers, and if you're new, welcome as well. So I think it's 3 weeks since I last saw you. I was hoping to film last week, but we had some new carpets. So we had carpets in our lounge area, our stairs and landing, and 3 of our bedrooms. So as you can imagine, it was absolutely chaotic. Everything either was put into a bathroom, my sewing room stroke my partner's study, or the dining room. Now the 2 places that I film are either the dining room or in here. I'm back in my study again today on my sewing room. So I couldn't get into either of them, and the dining room's still quite chaotic because we're now trying to get ready for Christmas and put all our decorations up. So yeah, so I missed last week, but I'm here and I have been quite busy trying to get things done and presents stitched. So I've probably got quite a lot to show you. But before I started, I wanted to show you a couple of things that that my mum made 1 year for me, and then I made something similar a year after. So these aren't cross stitch, but these are Tilda Pixies. Well, this is a Tilda Pixie. This is from one of the Tilda Christmas books. My mum made this a couple of years ago, and she's just absolutely, she's on a stand. I can't hold her quite far enough back for you to see her in full, but she's just absolutely beautiful. She's got a really cute little face with little curly hair, a little velvet coat on, a little hello from the heart, little heart there, a little handkerchief in her pocket, always well prepared, and little tiny laces, little ribbon laces on her shoes. So she is just, I love her, absolutely beautiful. And I live in a village that starts with a P. The name of it is a P, so she's the name of my village, and then Pixie, that's her name. So just love her. So my mum made her for me, and I just loved her so much. I wanted to try and make one myself. So actually I made an angel. Again, this is from one of the Tilda Christmas books, and this is my little angel, and she's got a little dress on. For those of you who quilt, this is a fabric from Annie Downs' Hatched and Patched, one of her Christmas fabrics from a couple of years ago. But again, just, I'm so proud of her. Just absolutely love her. And again, she's got little ballet shoes on as well. So just, yeah. Ooh. So just really wanted to share those with you because I love them both. I love them both. So I have one fully finished object. Now this is an ornament exchange. It's from a Facebook page called For the Love of Cross Stitch, and it got sent a couple of weeks ago, and I know the recipient's already had it and it's already on her tree. So I'm going to just add in a little video here to show you what I did and what I sent. So here are the little gifts that I've made for my exchange partner Lindsay. This is an exchange in the For the Love of Cross Stitch Facebook group. So first of all, a little stocking label, which I'm just going to pop as a little name label on her parcel. And then a little stuffed angel, which for a little decoration to hang on her tree. Then a little lavender bundle. So this is a little bundle of 3 little lavender bags, and inside that's a Christmassy fabric in there, with a little wooden snowflake on the front. And then the piece de resistance. This is Zinc House Row. This is from the Christmas series. the White Christmas series from Hands On Design, and I've stitched it on 32 count natural linen, and I've just turned it into a little cushion. So that's the fabric that's inside, the same fabric that's inside the lavender bundle, which is really cute. So it can either be a little pillow to go with other little pillows in a tray, or actually you can just hang that from somewhere as well. So I'm really pleased with that, and hopefully my exchange partner will be happy too, because I do love this. And it was a relatively quick stitch, but I did enjoy stitching it. So I think the White Christmas series from Hands On Design are beautiful. I think I'd like to stitch some more of those in the future. So that was for Lindsay, who is actually the organizer of the page. So I felt a bit of pressure, but I really enjoyed stitching that for her. And then in return from Lindsay, I got such a lovely package of stuff. Obviously on Lindsay's presents, those were just the things that I'd made. She also got some chocolates in there and some threads. Oh, and I also bought her a little coaster about loving to sew. I can't remember what it says now. But yes, so there were some other little goodies in there. But from Lindsay, I got, so my ornament, this little, and that's absolutely gorgeous, and obviously it jingles with a little snowflake on the back. So Lindsay, thank you. This just perfectly finished. I think I need to take some lessons on finishing, but just a beautiful finish, and absolutely love that. And actually my decorations in my lounge are blues and silvers and white, so this is going to just look beautiful on my tree. So I think I pop it on my tree and put a picture at the end. But it didn't just end with my little ornaments. I also got another ornament from Lindsay that she didn't make, but again, it's going to look perfect on my tree because it's blue. Then I got some little bags. One of my little bag has a little bit of thread bling in it, and if you can see that, it's actually got, I'm going to show up, an S on it, and then a little sapphire, which is amazing because obviously I'm an S for Sally, but my birthday's in September, so actually a little sapphire, that is my birthstone for my month of birth, so absolutely perfect. And also some gorgeous Merry Christmas floss drops, which I can put on my thread bling, and then a couple of needle minders. And I think Lindsay actually makes these, so I will pop a link, put them upside down, I'll pop a link down below in my description to go to her page of where she sells these, because they're fabulous, and the magnets on them are really good at the back. I've taken one off I've been using this one, and I've just put it back on to show you. And then finally the exchange is an ornament and a thread of your choice. I was so spoiled. Lindsay, thank you so much. Just absolutely overwhelmed. But Lindsay sent me a pack of sulky threads. Now, I've been looking, I know Michelle from Mama Loves You GB does an awful lot of stitching in sulky, and I've been thinking I'd love to buy myself some, but I'm on a bit of a budget, so you know, maybe at some point, or you know, something I put on my Christmas list. So to get these, I was just absolutely blown away with Lindsay's generosity. So these are the Sulky 12 weight cotton petites, and it's the Christmas sampler collection. So I would love if anyone has any ideas of patterns that they have, if they've had the Christmas sampler collection and they've had a pattern that they've stitched with them, if you could make a suggestion of what would be good to stitch with these, I'd be really grateful for some ideas, or if you've done a conversion with these, that'd be really good. So thank you so much, Lindsay. Just that was my first ornament exchange that I've done, that I've taken part in, and just, oh, I loved it. It was fantastic. I love stitching and making things for Lindsay, and then obviously loved my little parcel as well, because my mum stitches, but she doesn't really tend to buy me stitchy things, and my partner, I think he will buy me some stitchy things, but I think I will order them, so I know what I'm getting. So it's just nice to have a little stitchy treat. So thank you. Finishes. So I only had one finish, and this was something I actually started last year, and I didn't get to finish, and I pulled it out of my one of my bags. I thought, gosh, I really don't need to do very much to finish it off. So this is North Pole Supplies, and it's actually from, I think you can pick up on it's in greys, but there's a little bit of green and red just at the bottom there, and some speciality stitches in there, which I really enjoyed learning how to do. So that is from Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornaments 2021. So that was from last year, and I think it's designed by Barbie Lau from Twisted Willow Designs. So I think I did that on a 32 count, but I think it was just a little bit of fabric out of my mum's stash. So she can't see 32 count that well anymore, so she's kind of going down to 28 count. So any of her little bits of 32 count I'm nicking and I'm stitching on them instead. So that was my only finish, because I'm still in the process of, well, yes, I had two new starts. One of these which I didn't expect to do, and that was Deck the Halls. Let me show you a picture. Because I've bought this as a PDF download. So this is Deck the Halls 1862. And that is by Ruthie Taylor of Crowsfeetstitching. Now this was one that Marie from Stitches and Diamonds is doing as a stitch along, and the hashtag, I believe, is hashtag Deck the Halls 1862 Sal, but I will pop that below just to make sure I've got it correct for you. I haven't written it down in my notes, which is a bit silly. And I'm actually, so this is, I haven't got very far. So we do have a little group chat on Instagram that Marie has set up, and we're posting pictures of how far we've got, and I probably am quite far behind compared to everybody else. I've started the tree and I've started a bit of the lady's dress, but this isn't going to be for this Christmas. I'm just going to keep stitching on this, and it'll be for next Christmas, because I've got quite a few other projects that I have deadlines for this Christmas and early January. So but I just really liked it, and I think it's nice to join in a stitch along, and there's a nice group of stitchers who are also doing it, who are posting their progress. So really enjoying that one. Oh, and I've stitched that. The called for, I believe, is Vintage Country Mocha, and actually I did have a piece of Vintage Country Mocha, but it wasn't quite big enough. I would have really been paying chicken with the margins at the edge, so I decided not to use it. So actually I'm stitching this on 32 count mushroom stroke light mocha, which I had some left over from doing Christmas Eve by Cottage Garden Sampling. So I've stitched, so I know it's a beautiful fabric to stitch on. And yeah, it was a good size piece, so it was just perfect for starting that on. And the other one I started was Moonshine Cabin by Modern Folk Embroidery. and this was that one, and this was to a birthday start for, that's how far I've got, for the lovely Stitchy Sally. So Stitchy Sally on Instagram and on Flosstube. It was her birthday on Monday. So Charlie Feathers, who is Stitches with Charlie Feathers on YouTube, had been stitching this. She wanted to try and get a finish. I think she'd started it earlier in the year, and it's just, I was just blown away with how beautiful it was. And Sally commented on Charlie's post on Instagram to say that she was doing it for her birthday start, and I just decided I had to do it because I just loved it so much. So it's actually on 32 count, and I believe this is chalkboard. Again, it's a piece of fabric out of stash, and just really, really lovely. Haven't done much of a start on, haven't done much other than the start I made on Sally's birthday, because again I have other projects that you'll see in a minute that I'm trying to really get going with. So this will continue in the new year, but just what I did the other night was lovely. And actually I thought I might struggle with that dark fabric, but I think because I've been stitching on 36 and 40 count, and that's a 32, I think actually I'm able to see it better than perhaps when I was stitching 6 months ago, and 32 was the smallest I'd stitched on, and my eyes have kind of got used to stitching on smaller things, so I'm not struggling as much as I thought. So quite pleased with that one. And then my whips. So I think you've all seen, I know I showed you some this last time and some of my progress. So Be Not a Dunce, Mary Ann Kettle 1838, which is from Michelle at Mama Loves You GB. I'd shown you, I'd started this for Black Sample in November, and this is where I've got to so far. I think I told you so it's a 40 count. I think I told you I was struggling a little bit with seeing this. It's a hand-dyed, beautiful hand-dyed fabric. It is 40 count, but I think it seems smaller. So I'm only stitching it when I'm in certain lights. So I haven't quite made as much progress on it as I wanted. I haven't stitched on it in December yet, so you're just seeing the progress I made in the last few days of November. But really enjoying it, but that's now on the back burner until the new year, because there's lots of Christmassy things to finish, so that'll come back into rotation in the new year. So let me show you which one shall I show you next. I'll show you, so again, this one is really, I need to get on with. So this is Hellfire Club. This is from Cloud Factory, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count. It's either white or antique white, not sure which one. And this is for my daughter for Christmas. So yeah, I've got just over a week to get it a week and a half to get it finished and framed. So I think last time, since you saw it last time, I finished, or done some more of the writing and started on some of the writing up here. I think he's got another horn, and I filled in the white on the horns, and I think some of around here. So she will love it. She'll absolutely love it. And I bought her a t-shirt as well for Christmas with Max from Stranger Things on it, and it says, "Who needs stupid boys?" And well, she's 12, so you know, boys are a bit stupid at the moment for her. So yeah, she'll love that. She'll love that. The other one that I'm madly trying to get finished is Hand in Heart, Wonderful Life. And I'm making really good progress on this, and I'll show you. I think I've told you already that this says, "How wonderful life is now that you are in the world." And I've changed the to our, and I've stitched that now. So this is for my best friend and her daughter, she's adopted a little girl who's just turned 3, and this is going to be for them. So I have got quite a lot. I think I'd only stitched up to the bear last time, so all this has been done, and then I think I had stitched up to the little bit of the balloon. So everything this side of the balloon I've now stitched. So you can see that that now says in our world, which I just felt, you know, she's come to them not as she's not a baby, she's just turned 3. So I felt that that was just changing that wording was just fitted a little bit better. So yeah, so I was going to give them this for Christmas, but I think I might struggle to get a frame for it. So there's an important date coming up for them in January, so that I'm hoping I'm going to get finished for January. So still trying to really get on with that. Now Wednesday nights are my Barbarana evenings with Stitchy Sally, and we both stitch on Barbarana. So this is Dancer from Barbarana, which is from Punchneedle and Primitive Stitcher 2021 issue, but you can now buy this as a pattern. If you don't subscribe to the magazine, you now can buy this from Creative Poppy as a pattern, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count. I think it's graphite sparkle. The called for is splash, but I couldn't get it, so I went for the sparkle instead, which has got the stars on. Now, I've not stitched an awful lot on this. I've only done the ear because Sally and I have also been stitching on another Barbarana, which is this one, which is Christmas Window, and this is from the current issue of Punchneedle and Primitive Stitcher. And as you can see, I've made some quite good progress. I think I'd only made a really small start on this when I did my last Flosstube, but I've really pushed ahead with it, and certainly in the last day or two, so my friends and I, we do a Secret Santa for each other every year, and we have to, it's about 6 or 7 of us, and we have to make something. We pull a name out of a hat, and I'd made something. I finished it this week, so I was going to fully finish it in the next couple of days, and showed it to my daughter, to Felicity, who is she's actually the Flossie in my name. That's her name, not mine, but love it. And showed it to Felicity, and she was like, I love that. You can't give it for Secret Santa because I think it suits our house really, really well. I said, okay, well, you know who I've got for my Secret Santa. What about this one, which was Christmas Window? And she looked at it and she said, Mum, I think that will suit that person far more. I think that's far more their style than the one that you've made. So so now it's Thursday and the Secret Santa party is on Saturday, so I have to finish this and then fully finish it. And to be fair, I've got this side here to finish. I've just got these bits here on this side. I've pretty much done everything else. So, and I think actually I did most of this last night, plus a lot of the white and a few of the stars. Oh, and the Christmas tree down that side. So actually it's achievable. It really is achievable. But yes, I've not got time to do anything else. But hey, and the reciprocant will really like it. I know she will. So I'm gonna have to tell all my friends, because until Saturday nobody really knows who got who. So all my friends, I'm gonna have to say, you can't watch my Flosstube until after Saturday. So there we go. So plans, back onto plans. So I have got things. I've pulled out my drawer and of things that my whips and my finishes. And actually, there are a few things in there that from last Christmas that were either finished or not quite finished, and need to be framed. So I've been out and bought a load of frames. So I've got things I need to finish for Christmas. So obviously I need to finish Christmas window for Saturday. Need to finish Hellfire Club for the following Saturday. So really for the next kind of week, it's getting a few whips finished. But I do have so Lancashire Stitcher Lynn excuse me, is doing a stitch along called the Seasonal Sal, and each at the start of each season. So for example, this one will be winter starting on the 21st of December. You start a winter project, and I have decided I'm going to do, so Lynn has actually set up a Facebook group. So if you're going to stitch along with the Seasonal Sal, have a look at Lynn's Instagram. She is I think she's Mrs. B 1968 on Instagram, but I'll pop that below. But you can go and have a look at her Instagram, and there's a link there for the Facebook group as well. So I've joined that, and I'm pretty certain I'm going to do both the Seasons of the Heart series. So this is the winter one, and this is from the Blue Flower. Now this is from Punchneedle and Primitive Stitcher. I'm not sure what issue. Oh, it says on the bottom, Christmas Winter 2021. But you can buy these patterns as well. So if you don't subscribe to Punchneedle and Primitive Stitcher, you can buy these patterns. So Season of the Heart Winter, but I'm also going to do the Winter Cardinal Etching. So I'm going to put a couple of crosses in on the 21st of December on both of these. Haven't picked my fabric yet, but I know I've got all the colours because I pretty much had them in my stash. And the Winter Cardinal Etching is from Heart in Hand. And again, you can buy the Winter Cardinal Etching, but you can buy it as a 4. So that's the winter, and you buy it as a pattern with all 4, with the spring, summer and autumn as well. And they are beautiful. So I'm going to stitch all 4 of the Heart in Hand series of the etchings, and all 4 of the Seasons of the Heart as well. So I'll do 2 for each season through as we go. So that's my plan. So for next week, make a start on those. So yes, so I must tell you about Stitch Across the Pond, Stitch and Chat Across the Pond. So Stitch and Chat Across the Pond, I know there were a few of you who I've kind of spoken to virtually, or on messaging on Instagram, who took part. But Marie from Stitches and Diamonds and Angie over in California from Tiny House Stitcher on Instagram and on Flosstube set up a Zoom call called Stitch and Chat Across the Pond, and I managed to get a spot on that, and oh, it was great fun. Really, really great fun. I was very nervous because I did put my hand up to speak and say hello. Well, I was really, really nervous, but it was fabulous. It was fabulous, and I think there was a couple of people. Stitchy Squirrel, who's in North Wales, who we'd messaged each other before, so it was actually nice to put a face to a name. Couple of other, my brain's going now, but the Yasmin Made with Love was on there. Somi Sarah was on there on the chat, and then there were quite a few American stitchers as well, who it was lovely. It was really nice. It was a really nice way to spend a couple of hours on a Saturday evening. I stitched some of Deck the Hall, It was just really nice. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to Marie and Angie for organising that. I think they're planning on doing one every couple of weeks on a Saturday. So I don't know if there'll be one because I think the next one would be Christmas Eve. So I'm not sure if they'll do one then, but I think they're going to do them frequently so that people, it's lots of different people can get on and join. And it's so nice, you don't have to speak if you don't want to. You can, on Zoom, I'm sure you all know, there's a little button where you can kind of virtually put your hands up. So if you want to speak you can, but if not, you can just sit and listen to everybody. And it's just really, really nice to sit and listen. And there are a few people on there who know each other. There are people like me who has never met anyone at a retreat because I haven't been to one, or met up with anyone that was on the call. So it was just really nice, brilliant evening. So thank you, ladies, for organising that. What's next? Well, haul. I haven't got any haul. I haven't actually been and bought anything. However, I have partaken in the Patchwork Rabbit advent calendar, and I know there's quite a few people who are doing Flossmas. So if you're watching Flossmas, you'll have seen all the lovely goodies that we've had. We've had lots of lovely threads. One thing I'm really, really quite excited about is the cottage garden threads that we've had in there. Beautiful colours, and some buttons. And actually, one thing I've not used before, I am a centre. I start in the middle normally when I stitch, but actually we've had a little I can't remember what these are called. Are they called inch gauges? Not sure, can't remember. I think so. And these are for startings. If you want to start in one of your corners, you can match whether you start on an inch, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, or 3 inches, which is great because I've never started I started the Supernatural Sal in the corner, and I kind of have ended up at the bottom with not a lot of room. Definitely played chicken fabric with that. So that's the only time I've ever not started in the middle, because obviously it's a stitch along. So you got the top of the pattern first rather than the middle. So I wish I'd have had this then, but I'm really pleased with that. That's going to be something I'm going to try to not always have to start in the middle. So really pleased with that. But then another really exciting thing is we've actually had 2 patterns from so one from Romy Creates, which is a very bunny Christmas and brilliant Patchwork Rabbit. They're both rabbit themed. And then Merry Rabbits was today's pattern from Manny Didonna, and just really, really cute. Really, really cute. So just love those. I think it's been a wonderful, wonderful advent calendar from the Patchwork Rabbit. So thank you very much, Carla, for putting that together. And there is still, you can see I've just got the rest of my days behind me ready to open, and I really love it. My daughter Felicity and I have got into a little routine. So she has an advent calendar which is by the side of my bed. So when she gets up in the morning, she pops into my sewing room and she gets me my envelope, and then she comes through and gets into bed, and we sit in bed together, and she opens her advent calendar and then I open mine, and we then coo over whatever I've had. Hers is just a chocolate one, so she eats a chocolate at 7:30 in the morning, and then we coo over what I've had in my Patchwork Rabbit one. So really, really loved that. So yes, and I think there's just some lovely colours that I'm really looking forward to. I think most of the colours of the threads that have come with that, the speciality threads, I probably can use in the patterns that have come. They are DMCs, suggested DMCs, but I think I could probably use those speciality threads, which is really exciting. So they might have to be post Christmas stitches now, or perhaps the couple of days over Christmas. Yeah, because I have got a lot to do. I have got a lot to do, and actually, I also need some buttons for a wonderful life. So I think my mum would also like something she wants to start. So wants some fabric. So we are actually going to make a trip to Nimble Thimble in this week. So I'll try and pop on before, maybe just before Christmas, if I manage to finish a few of my Christmassy things that I've found that I want to finish. If not, maybe just after Christmas, in between Christmas and New Year. So catch you up on visit to Nimble Thimble, and fingers crossed there'll be some goodies for my Christmas presents. Yeah, so it's been a busy couple of weeks. Um, lots of Flossmas watching. So I think I'm watching Michelle on Flossmas every day. Mama loves you, GB. Yasmin made with love is doing a Flossmas every day. Charlie Feathers, Stitches with Charlie Feathers. I've been watching Charlie as well. Beth from Be More Creative. She's tending to do one every 2 days, which is quite nice because it's a slightly longer video, but it's 2 days. And who else have I been watching? Oh, the Bumble Stitcher, Nicola from the Bumble Stitcher. I've been watching her Flossmas as well. She'd missed a few days, so did a little bit of a longer one yesterday. She does an exchange, an advent calendar with one of her friends, so she's had some lovely gifts in that. So that's quite a nice watch. So yeah, so it's a lovely time of year, I think, coming up to Christmas. It's very cold here in North Wales at the moment. We've had quite a heavy frost for about the last five days, if not a week. And you know, it's nothing on some of the snow and the weather that some of you get certainly in the States, where you're further north and you're a lot colder than us. But yeah, we are struggling a little bit in the UK because we're perhaps not quite used to such prolonged cold snaps. And usually London has had snow, which is quite unusual, but in North Wales we haven't. It's normally the other way around, that we get the snow and they don't. But we're just quite cold and quite frosty. But it's beautiful out there. I can just, from my window in my sewing room, we've got a mountain that I can just see poking through the roofs of the houses in front of me. And yeah, there's quite often snow on that. And then there's another mountain kind of a little bit further away that often gets snow on the top, and that this week has just looked beautiful because there's definitely been snow up there, but we're a little bit lower, so we haven't had it. But so I hope that everybody that's got cold weather is keeping warm, and not struggling too much, and enjoying, you know, it is beautiful, but it can be harsh, and it can be dangerous. So I hope that you're able to enjoy the beauty of it, and not suffer, and not be too cold, not be too chilly. So have a lovely run up to Christmas, everybody. If I don't come and check in with you before Christmas, have wonderful Christmases. And yeah, I will hopefully catch up with you before that then. So take care till then. Bye bye, everybody.